Let's stay with politics, but switch gears to the much fast or quickly developing story or debate, and that is calls for secession for the coastal strip of Kenya. Much has been talked about sections or articles 255, 256, and 257 of the Kenya Constitution. Let's cross live to our reporter at the coast, Francis Ontoma. Francis, good afternoon. What are people saying at the coast about this secession debate?
Well, good afternoon, Ben, and we are coming live from the White Sands Beach Hotel. And there has been we're just coming from an important press briefing that had coast governors here and also envoys from European countries discussing an array of issues from security to investment and infrastructure, among some of the issues that have just come up at that particular meeting. But largely, and what has firmly remained on the focus of many down here in the coast region, has been the latest calls on secession. And I'm standing here with the governor of Mombasa, Hassan Ali Joho, to just give us a bit of light of what really transpired from that meeting. Well, karibu sana Bwana Governor, we are live on KTN News. The first question should be, there appear to be competing positions. European countries' envoys actually were making a position that they are not for secession, but you firmly seem to be urging on with secession.
Well, first of all, let me say that what we announced the other day was a journey through all possible legal means to a self-determination. And we began a consultative process. For example, even our brothers from the other side of the political divide who were saying that they are vehemently opposing this position. For us, it is very simple. Consultative process means having conversations. And we're going to speak to everybody, including those that are on the other side. The envoys this morning, together with my colleagues, we had a very cordial meeting that discussed different issues, from matters security to economic issues, and of course the partnership on development. But they have a right to make a position of their own known to us and suggestions, which they have done. And our position is clear and it remains the same. We are beginning a consultative process. We want to talk to everybody. We want to ask the question that for the last 25 years or so, the people in this region have been voting in a different scenario, different situations, on a different direction from the rest of the people. So they have been trying to say something that we are of the opinion must be given an opportunity to be heard. So our position is clear. This discussion will continue. We will reach out to as many people as possible. We will look basically at the broad spectrum of engagement so that we get deeper understanding. It is an intent. We're looking at the legal framework around it. So we will see the outcome, what the Constitution allows, what our law allows, both locally and international. So that's where we are.
Mr. Governor, this is not a very new subject down here in the coast region, and many are asking. At the time, there were calls by members of Mombasa Republican Council to secede from Kenya, but at that time they did not get much support. Why now? Why is it that you are into this debate?
Well, it is the means that we are the approach basically. What we are doing here is not what was done earlier. We are looking at the possible legal means available for us, so that we do it legally and within the framework of what the law allows in our country and beyond. So the point here is not just to wake up and say we are seceding. We did not say that. We are saying we want to have a conversation on matters self-determination to secede. And other parts of the country are also saying the same thing. You've heard, I'm told there's a petition even being taken to a constitutional court by somebody from the Luhya land. We have had our brothers from the other parts of the country probably speaking the same language. So the point here is that you could oppose it, but come to us in the consultative process and tell us why you're opposing. And for it to be made to be seen to be something that will cause mayhem or chase away people of different ethnic background within the region, that is not our problem here. We have never considered anybody as an outsider. We're only saying it is a conversation that requires all of us to engage.
Mr. Governor, how does secession make a coast region better? Because there are other differences here in the coast region, religious, cultural differences perhaps. What makes this whole debate really so relevant and important to the coast region?
The point that you're missing is the engagement. And we're looking at ourselves as citizens of this place, immaterial of your religious background or tribal. That is not the point. The point is exclusion. The point is marginalization. The point is that we have a voice that isn't heard over the period. We want someone to realize that our grievances, our ambitions, our issues are legitimate, and therefore they must be heard. So you can't label us anything else rather than a people who wants to come together on behalf of the citizens of this great region.
Lastly, Mr. Governor, give us a bit of highlights on what you discussed with the envoys touching on security.
Well, we discussed the involvement. For example, we have had strong partnership on matters counter-violence extremism. We have driven that agenda here as a county in Mombasa. That involved counter-narrative, that involved community engagement, civil society, and therefore the component of community and us was very critical in the discussion. But you also will remember there is quite a bit of investment that is undertaken by the international community here in Mombasa in terms of infrastructural improvement. So even that was an important subject of discussion. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Governor, for your time. Asante sana.
Asante.
Mr. Governor, there, Hassan Ali Joho, the Governor of Mombasa, giving us a bit of highlights on what they discussed here with the envoys from European countries. And largely, as we indicated, the question of secession came out strongly. And there appear to be two competing positions. The European nation countries representatives here were quite categorical that they are not in support of secession. They are asking for inclusion of all parts of the country into the one item that is Kenya. But we've had the position that the governors here are having. Coast leaders are really pushing for the secession debate, Ben.